Formula 1 returns to Germany for round 10 of the 2018 season here at the Hockenheimring, and with this race being the home race for both Mercedes and Williams engine supplier BMW, expect to see both teams fighting out for top dog come race day, and also with a number of the drivers on the grid, this being their home race, expect to see them gunning for glory, and Pascal Wehrlein, Sebastian Vettel among the others up there in the mix, also going for the all-important race victory. Williams comes to this race with only half the upgrade package they were expecting from BMW, as the other half wasn't actually ready in time to fit onto the car for this race. However, the team are confident that still with upgrades on the car, they can take the fight to Mercedes and claim the bragging rights on home soil. Renault also come to this race continuing their upgrades, however Daniel Ricciardo won't get to test them for very long, as he had to come into the pits early in FP1 with yet more mechanical issues for the Honey Badger. Mercedes were the early favourites coming into the weekend, with them leading the Constructors' Championship and Alonso leading the drivers. However, they're putting a numerous amount of laps on the medium tyres, as they're finding from early on that they're having trouble getting the tyres up to temperature early in the stints. Also, Sebastian Vettel was keen to make up for the last race after losing out on the victory by mere centimetres. The 5-time world champion is keen to go on better and finally take his first victory of 2018, and what even better place to do it on home soil. The high-speed nature of the Hockenheimring will do little to improve Toro Rosso and McLaren's chances of scoring points, as both Jordan and Pierre Gasly line up on the back row of the grid. Carlos Sainz wouldn't go much better, starting from P18, and Lance Stroll starts down in 17th after taking a 5-place penalty for impeding Daniel Kvyat in Q2. Rio Haryanto starts from 16th place, with Mick Schumacher starting from 15th, but was otherwise knocked out in Q1 if it wasn't for Stroll's penalty. Matsushita equals his best starting position of 14th, and he starts alongside Toyota full-time driver Lewis Hamilton with a shocking lap in landing up in 13th. Daniel Kvyat could only start from 12th after being impeded by Lance Stroll in Q2, with Charles Leclerc just missing the cut for Q3, starting from 11th. Daniel Ricciardo, despite his early issues, will get into the top 10 in qualifying, and is joined on row 5 by Robert Kubica in the Williams BMW. Hulk once again starts as the lead Renault from 8th, and making it all German row 4 of the grid is Adrian Sutil in the Ferrari. His teammate 5-time champion Sebastian Vettel starts one place in front from P6, and a good lap from Kamui Kobayashi sees him start from P5. Josh Taylor lines up lead of the Williams from 4th, and a good lap from Max Verstappen sees the Dutchman start 3rd on the grid for Red Bull. This left an all-Mercedes front row, with Pascal Wehrlein settling for second best, a staggering 3/10 behind pole sitter Fernando Alonso. Hey guys, Tara here. Welcome back to the UniONE career, this time round 10 of the 2018 season, the German Grand Prix. The race has been a pretty mixed bag for us the times that we've come here so far. I'm expecting hopefully we can try and put on another good showing here. We've got to do something about these Mercedes. A front row lockout, I think that's the first time they've actually took a front row lockout this time any point in this season. With Alonso absolutely on fire in pole, so we've got to do something about him hopefully in the race. Also, Kamui Kobayashi starting from P5, once again there to pick up the paces when his teammate Lewis Hamilton falters. And with this race being a pretty high speed circuit and that Toyota being pretty nippy in a straight line, the Toyota could have a pretty good showing. And also both Renaults starting from inside the top 10. Of course, Hulkenberg here is being his home race. Pretty sure he's going to try and put one over his teammate Daniel Ricciardo again and get some more points on the board. And now then, looking back onto us now, starting from P4. Okay qualifying lap. Honestly, I was expecting more, especially being behind the Red Bull of Verstappen. And the Red Bull isn't known for its straight line speed, because mainly it doesn't have any. But Verstappen put out a mighty lap in qualifying, and the race pace, the Red Bull seem pretty decent. What they have so far this season, so I'm pretty sure the Mercedes aren't going to have it all their own way in these early laps of the race. Now, I was waiting for the back rows of the cars to line up now, the Toro Rossos and McLarens. Pretty sure they're not going to be troubling the points places come the end of the race. But now, coming to the 5 red lights for the start of the German Grand Prix. Lights out, away we go. Pretty short hold now. So it's like a pretty good start from everyone there. Like a good start actually from Sebastian Vettel. Actually, going to pull Salvador with us now. In someone with Salvador, actually, he's clearly like Salvador with his teammate Sutil. We just managed to force out Sutil there. Looking at actually got Kamui Kobayashi. They actually do battle here with Verstappen, looking very fight himself. Verstappen going to try and outbreak Kamui Kobayashi on the outside line. Drew then sent to the inside over the net, going to keep side by side still with the two of them. And then once again, Verstappen forces his way up the inside line, but Kobayashi keeps his nose in around the outside. And of course, this straight, well, it's not really a straight. But also, it is high speed though. This could be the advantage here of the Toyota. Now they're cutting out into the hairpin. Kobayashi even clears Verstappen even before the corner, so just showing how down on straight line speed that Red Bull still is, even on the 10th round here of the season. And also, we're down into P6, so it's not been a good start from us whatsoever. So once again, we're just going absolutely nowhere off the start. Now we found ourselves now behind Sebastian Vettel, but just in front of our teammate Kubica. So Kubica starting from P9 up to P7, so it's been a good start, at least from our teammate. So running out wide here in the dirty, this Williams is designed to be a front-running car, not designed to be stuck here behind a much slower than us Ferrari. And again, Vettel is doing such a good job actually, considering the car he's in, to be up here effectively in the championship battle, albeit with Alonso's massive lead. I think it could be all but over, but then again back to 2012, he had a massive lead then, and it all fell apart in the second half of the season. And now we've got Max Verstappen now all over the back here of Kamui Kobayashi coming into turn 1, not close enough to make a move. Of course, once we get to lap 3, this straight and the straight we're on now will be DRS activations points. So we've got 3 points of DRS now to use on this track. Looks like we have a few other trucks on the calendar for this season. Now that Red Bull, it can be pretty good in terms of just pure slipstream as well, if the engine's turned up. And now Verstappen, see there, the rear wing's not open because it's not lap 3 yet, and he's getting in slipstream though on the back of Kamui Kobayashi, coming up now into the hairpin. Kobayashi goes a little bit defensive. Two match that's been just in case Verstappen tries to make a dive up the inside line. But nothing there that Verstappen can do. Although the ISO is starting to pull away a little bit now from Seb Vettel, and we're still pretty much keeping equidistant now between him and our teammates. So he's starting to fall actually a little bit away from Sebastian Vettel. So these ultra soft tyres that we're on really starting to go for already, because we don't have the supers for this weekend, so it's the ultras and softs and mediums and run out massively wide here. Once again, just trying to use all the grip these tyres are available to them. But we actually go purple through the second sector. I don't know how we've done that, because all the cars in front of us have gone through this sector already, so don't know how we've gone purple there, but actually we closed up a little bit there to Sebastian Vettel. So it's like through this third sector we have some pretty okay pace, it seems. And then round the final corner, around the Mercedes grandstand, now looking on board here with Kamui Kobayashi. He now has time to put up a pretty hard defensive drive here now from Verstappen, because now we're on to lap 3 of the race. Verstappen is now going to have DRS available to him, and the two Max, they were already romping way up in front. And Kobayashi goes defensive into turn 2 from Verstappen, just managed to keep himself in front of the Dutchman. Now we're all over the back though of Sebastian Vettel and as well. Now Vettel though, he's falling away a bit from Verstappen, because surely he has to turn his attention now to defending from us. And this isn't straight, it's actually called Parabolica as well. Don't really know why it's got that name, but it just has. But now Verstappen's up the inside here of Kobayashi now into the braking zone. Can Kobayashi trying to hold it now around the outside line? He'll be trying to go around the outside now of Sebastian Vettel, going to be side by side. Queuing up now, going to be dragged now. We're on the racing line, but Vettel has the inside line now for the next corner. Going to sweep it right around the outside. Keep our foot down. We just managed to move front and move aggressively back onto the racing line as well. So managed to make a move there around the outside of Sebastian Vettel. Honestly, that was a crucial move we had to make, because Vettel is just falling away from Kobayashi and Verstappen now. He's been released from behind the Toyota. As you go green through the second sector still. So even with battling, Sebastian Vettel was still finding pace through the second sector of the lap. Now the matching gain now on the back here of Kobayashi. So Kobayashi, he had a good qualifying. It doesn't look like he quite has the race pace. Maybe took a bit too much life out of his tyres. Just try and drag his car up here into a P5. Of course, the lap you do in Q2 determines the tyres to start on. So had a pretty good lap in Q2 as well. And now then, we're on lap 4 of the race now, coming through turn 1 here. We need a good line through here, which you do get a great run through the first corner. Then now we're getting back. Kobayashi actually goes defensive really early. We're not even anywhere near making a move. We're going for a dive onto the racing line, because you can get so much later on the brakes than Kobayashi can, because he's on the inside line. Now that's what's going to compromise Kobayashi running eventually. We get a bit on the curve, so still finding the dirty on the back of that Toyota. It's really not doing us any favours, but now you can see the rear wing open there on the back of our BMW Williams. And now you can see here actually from the halo shot there, going up now into going for a little look at the inside, just to let Kobayashi know that we're there, because, well, we're doing filming mirrors. Hopefully you can try and make him, put him under pressure now. Hopefully you can try and make a mistake. Because now then we are pulling away now from Sebastian Vettel, and then we've got our teammate behind Kubica, who's found himself currently in a Ferrari sandwich. Actually now looking back now at Daniel Kvyat, and actually trying to get past one of the Saubers. Been trying to hold him around the outside, trying to make a move that we did on Sebastian Vettel. We just had to tuck back in behind that Sauber. Of course, Kvyat was blocked by Lance Stroll in Q2, so that's why he's saying down in P12. He's just there on a set of soft tyres. He's having a few issues there with the Sauber, because the Sauber is an absolute rocket ship in a straight line. And we're all over the back here of Kobayashi coming into that second like hairpin corner there. Not really any way he can make a move through anywhere through his third sector because he's still part of the L track, so it's still all really thin. So once again, side by side into that sector, there's not really any way you can try and make a move as we lose a bit of time there around the final corner. Once again, in the dirty air, Reno doing this. If there's a second down there on the best lap, so definitely using a lot of time to ring out through the wide through turn 1 as well. You get a warning there for track limits, and honestly, I'm not really surprised about that because we went to Narnia back there through turn. I think we may have found a bit of the old track. We went out that wide. And coming up to the end of the first section now, we've called up to Kobayashi there a little bit, but we're still 3 tenths down on our best. So the dirty air and of course the tyre as well is really not working to our favour right now. But now we're in a situation of pulling to the inside now of Kobayashi coming up now into the hair. We can try and make a dive on the inside line, move back into the race line once again. Kobayashi actually goes late on the brakes there, somehow manages to get the car stopped for the corner. Now we're going to be side by side now on corner exit. Going to be side by side. Once again, we just managed to put the power down. Now we actually got our teammate Kubica. Going side by side now with Sebastian Vettel, catching him napping. Actually makes a move. Oh, he's had a great move from our teammate Kubica. Don't know what happened there. Don't know if Vettel missed a gear or something. You think to go really slow out of the corner there. Of course, maybe back to 2012 where you're able to button there around off the track to get into place. So maybe he's having a few flashbacks to that. I just wants to keep it under control on the exit of the hairpin. Actually being caught up there by his teammate Soto. So has Vettel got a car issue or something? Because he's going quite slowly, it seems. Now then, still got Kobayashi actually falling away from us a little bit, so that Toyota so far has been pretty good on tyre wear, although it looks like around this race it's struggling a little bit. But now we're going to come in now for our first stop of the race on the end of lap 4, start on lap 5. Because like I said, the ultra soft tyres, they just wear out basically instantly because we're not using the super soft tyres. So everyone starting inside Q3 is going to be on these tyres now. And now we've gone to a set of soft tyres now for our first of 2 stops. We're going to another set of soft tyres later in the race as well, of course, unless we get any safety cars or anything, which could change strategy. So if it plays out like it has the rest of the season, where the safety car's not even budged from the end of the pit lane there, Bert Marland has done absolutely nothing so far this season, besides the formation lap in that. Now then, we're coming out behind one of the McLaren Renaults here, of Rio Haryanto, who's currently in 15th place, or he's going to be a bit further back once everyone makes their stops. He's on a set of soft tyres as well. We just about got DRSI off the back of him, and we're gaining on him, but coming up this straight, although that McLaren Renault is pretty slow, he's not really that slow enough to be caught. Now coming up to the hairpin, we're not close enough to make a move on Haryanto, so now we're going to be stuck behind him now at the worst point possible, as Vettel's looking very racy up behind us. So it looks like Vettel now is on a set of soft tyres. It looks like he's come back to life once again, so the Ultra is really not working for the 5-time champion. Now coming up now into the end of the second sector of the lap. Now we're stuck here behind that McLaren Renault, which isn't the best in the straight line speed, isn't the best with the corner. It's not good anywhere really, that McLaren. It's a bit of a disaster, quite honestly. And now coming up through the second sector, we're stuck here behind this McLaren where we don't need to be down to the third sector, but all in the back and pretty much pushing Haryanto here through the third sector. He's going that slowly in front of us. Now coming into this second hairpin style corner, there's absolutely nothing we can do. Almost make a bit of contact there actually with the back of him. So we just need to keep our calm here, because we're going to get past him eventually, because we're so much closer, we've got so much fresher tyres as well, and just a faster car in general in all areas. And okay, let's find a cut now. We're going to have DRS now on the back. Over here, Haryanto coming down into turn 1, going to pull to the inside on the Indonesian. Going to be start by side now into turn 1. We made the move up the inside line. Over here, Haryanto, there's a few cars there coming out of the pit lane now as well. And actually now we've got Haryanto trying to defend now. Once Sebastian Vettel, we're going to go for a dive up the inside now. Over here, Haryanto. He manages to clear him. Actually got a Toyota there in front, so is that Hamilton or is that Kamui Kobayashi? Can't quite tell from this camera angle. Either way, Vettel's getting in the DRS now on the back of whatever Toyota that is. And looking for that now, we've got Haryanto trying to defend now from the Renault of Nico Hulkenberg. These cars both have the same engine, so pretty much just shows there's a lot of draggy parts still on that McLaren and that McLaren, even with the Honda engine, which was designed to have for this season. It really, honestly, doesn't look like it would have worked anyway, since the range of capacity that easily. And moving a bit further on, looking now at Max Verstappen, he's coming up behind one of the Toro Rossos, and that Toro Rosso, pretty much like the McLarens, hasn't stopped yet, started on the set of soft tyres. And then Verstappen now getting in the DRS now on the back of that Toro Rosso Honda, and Toro Rosso is not going to put up too much of a fight on there. Goes to the inside line, so they're not going to give up that place out of the fight, because maybe might be trying a one stop, so effectively this is for position still. And you got one of the Mercs just up in front, so Verstappen's actually some pretty good pace to actually keep up still with one of the Mercs. There's Toro Rosso though, making on the inside. Verstappen's going to try and gain that around the outside line. There's a bit of contact. There's contact. Pierre Gasly's round. Gasly's round. He missed 7 round now into the wall. That hasn't worked out at all well there for Gasly.
What the can you close the door? What is that? I have front wing damage, guys. I'm really sorry, guys, but what is that you said? You lifted to let me pass and then suddenly closed.
Understandably there, Gasly absolutely fuming on the team radio. He's been taken out by effectively his own team really, Red Bull. Toro Rosso, basically the same team. Now looking at Verstappen now a bit further on, Verstappen seemingly on the warpath in this race. Now then, coming on now behind the back of one of the Saubers and now finds himself as the next target. Imagine Sauber have told Verstappen that he will annihilate anyone that comes near him. So, I mean, you can say the Toro Rosso should have backed out with the move because it is a Toro Rosso, shouldn't be fighting the Red Bull with Verstappen. You see, remember back to earlier in the race, we made a move around the outside of Vettel, perfectly fine. Verstappen, like, he just gave Gasly absolutely no space whatsoever and just squeezed him into the wall, and that could have been a lot worse crash than what it was really, because good job Gasly managed to slow on the brakes immediately in that instance. But no, then this Sauber costing Verstappen so much time, honestly karma for Verstappen, because we've caught up to the back of the Dutchman now, with that Sauber going absolutely nowhere through these corners. Because that set of soft tyres will be completely done by this point now. Verstappen though pulls to the inside now of the Sauber coming into time. He's going to try and make a move, a clean move as he does, thankfully for that Sauber. Makes a clean move now, we're going to try and pull now to the inside of the Sauber. Actually, Sauber squeezing us onto the grass, and the Sauber getting very aggressive, actually having a look, but now Verstappen has to slightly defend actually from that Sauber. Which I imagine something was Verstappen wasn't actually going to have to do in this race, and although that Sauber though is Matsushita. We've seen Matsushita isn't afraid of putting up a fight to anyone, so I'm not really surprised with how aggressive he's been so far. But now we're getting in the DRS though on the back of the Toyota Toyota. I'm going to pull to the inside, make a little dive. We know we have to back out though, almost make close, almost make cut of there. As Matsushita cuts across the brakes there, so once again he's being very, very aggressive so far, but he's being fair to him. Now then we've got one of the Toyota that makes a move on one of the runners as well. So is that Kobayashi? I'm not quite sure. Can't really tell from that camera angle, and it looks like it is indeed the Toyota there of Kobayashi. Now we're all over the back though of Matsushita again. He's like actually going to pull side by side now with him. Get a good rumble once again with Matsushita on the racing line. Just has to pull back in front of us. And through the third sector, almost pushing that Sauber Alfa Romeo through the third sector. Now that's allowed the Ferrari of Seb Vettel to catch right to the backwards once again now into this second hairpin. Nothing we can do to there. Once again, the curbing seems to be pretty killer on the inside if you catch them. So that's something you have to be aware about as the tyre wear starts to kick in. Now then, as you come now around the final two corners now. We're trying to put the power down now because we have DRS on now on the back of the Sauber. I'm going to pull to the inside now of Matsushita coming now into Sauber. Going to be Sauber side with the Sauber. And it's pretty much a copycat move of what Verstappen did one lap ago. Now the Sauber now goes defensive to the five-time champion now of Sebastian Vettel. Going to try and stick it out around the outside line, which will then turn to the inside. And Vettel makes a nice move there. Up the inside Matsushita forcing him out wide. He loses momentum. But now, actually, Matsushita now is going to actually have DRS to try and come back now as Sebastian Vettel. And actually make a move on here. Here comes Kobayashi going to try and make a move around the outside of Matsushita. Going to be three wide now coming up into them. And actually, Kobayashi goes for a dive on the inside of Vettel as well. Can make a double overtake here for Kobayashi. Going to be side by side now on corner exit as well. Now coming down the straight, Kobayashi, can he make it stick? Yes, he can. Can he just back on the inside line? He makes it stick. A great double overtake there from Kobayashi. Imagine he's just going to be happy that he managed to actually overtake Matsushita, put one back over on the reserve driver. Take a look at replay. What happened here between Gasly and Max Verstappen? See, Gasly inside, he just gets cut in front there by Verstappen. Just leaves him absolutely no space whatsoever. And Gasly just sent into the wall. And looking at it now though, from Max Verstappen's perspective, you see what he looks like here. From the view of the Dutchman, if you got the inside line, you can see he just cuts in. I don't know whether that's intentional or not, but he could have left way more space. He had so much track, so much real estate there on the left-hand side, so if Verstappen doesn't get a penalty for that, I'll be very, very surprised. Now looking back though, and that's Verstappen putting his hand over one of the Hasses. Please don't take out one of the BMW junior drivers. He makes moves inside. Imagine the Hasse gets out of the way and actually goes really slowly as well, because now then with the car still behind Verstappen. And they're now intending a dive. So go very late on the brakes. We've missed the corner completely. Going way too late there. Going way too on the brakes now. The Haas actually goes to a little bit of a switchback line. And then it's the back of it there, because that is the Haas actually of launch out. So Stroll put up a good fight to us. Although in the end he does have to admit defeat. And then we've got Kobayashi as the car behind, but Vettel now gaining on the back there. Going to try and come back now. Kobayashi going defensive to the inside line. Vettel's going to try and hide it now around the outside into the head. We're going to be side by side. There's a little bit of wheel banging there between Kobayashi and Vettel. And Vettel now with the racing line. Can you put the power down now? Try and keep him in front. Going to be side by side still, but Kobayashi gets some good traction. Actually pulling himself back in front. All the five-time champions, so there's some great traction it seems from that Toyota. May not have the outright straight line speed with Vettel giving a bit of DRS. Imagine he's got his engine turned up to 11 to try and do something in front of the home crowd. But now then, onto lap 13, we're still behind Verstappen. He's still got Stroll though as the car behind us. He's still not quite at the halfway point yet of this race. Now they're coming into the hairpin, we're all over the back though of the Dutchman. You see, there's a bit of a gap till we catch up to the car in front of though, getting all over the cone like that and losing a load of time. So like I said, the curbs are killer around the hairpin there. Now then Verstappen now is going to try and pull away from us now, because the car in front is actually the other Haas of Mick Schumacher. If Max Verstappen makes contact with Mick Schumacher. He's going to be the most hated person in Germany. We're getting a great one there through turn 1. Now, Verstappen actually going defensive. I'm going to pull to the outside now of Max Verstappen through turn 2. Going to be side by side still with the Dutchman, who's just about going to force us out there. Just can't quite keep it there around the outside line. Then with DRS now. We try and make a move. I'm not having to see DRS there wide open on the back. Other Williams there, the Martinez trying to open up now side by side now with Max Verstappen, and you can move back across now. Even before we get to the braking lane, we've got so much overspeed there on the Dutchman now. Further behind, we've got Vettel out on the inside line this time. Of Kobayashi actually going to be side by side. Kobayashi can try and stick it around the outside line once again. Use that good traction to his advantage, but Vettel there, he's just got the line covered there of the inside line, and Vettel this time makes a legitimate move around that hairpin. It's probably the first time he's actually done that since 2012. Now then into the third sector lap. Many Kobayashi can try to take because that Toyota is brilliant in straight line speed, and with the Haas in front of them, we're going to be holding up a little bit. And now then, we go green through the second sector. Now we're finally freed from behind Max Verstappen. And now it's our turn now to catch up to Mick Schumacher, who actually stopped here. He's on lap 14 of the race. I imagine at this point he stayed out for this long. He's going to be trying a one-stop, going onto a set of medium tyres, since that's the hardest compound tyre available for this race. And now they're running the final corner. We're getting now in the DRS on the back of Mick Schumacher. We're coming down now into turn 1. We're not close enough to make a move on the back of the German. Now I'm going to pull to the inside. We get a grey run there. I'm going to pull now to the inside of Mick Schumacher. Coming now into turn 2. Going to try and get a breaking point this time perfectly. Yes, we do go for a nice breaking point there. Actually, Mick Schumacher goes for a switchback line. Imagine the home crowd, they're going to be loving this, although he does have to admit defeat to us. You're just showing Williams what you can do for a possible Williams drive next year. Now got Verstappen now on the inside line this time of Mick Schumacher. Now these two drivers are going to be stars in the future for sure. Verstappen already is proving himself in that Red Bull, albeit if you take out what happened in this race, now it's going to be side by side there with corner racing, and Schumacher's actually kept himself in front of Max Verstappen. That's going to be infuriating the Dutchman now. We actually have to get a little bit defensive here to make Schumacher indicate some choice about having a pop around the outside line, but Schumacher here is doing us a world of favours here. Of course, he's in the Williams BMW Junior team, so it's going to be in his best interests to keep Williams happy anyway. So now we see how much we're pulling away already from Max Verstappen, because this Haas, it's a slower car in general, and he's on 15 lap old tyres at this point, so he's going to be like an absolute boat at this point, pretty much like the Manor from 2015, just didn't go anywhere through the corners. We pulled about a second gap at least in one sector already from Verstappen, as now Schumacher comes into the pits now. This will be surely for his one and only stop of the race if he goes on a set of mediums. There's a car in front coming up in front of him as well. Can't quite see what car that was though. But either way, they're going to be into the pit lane now, just like one of the Toyotas in fact. Thus surely it is Lewis Hamilton, he started down in P13. Now then Schumi comes onto a set now of medium tyres, and those mediums, barring any disasters, will take Schumi to the end of the race, and I imagine Hamilton up front did the same thing as well, going onto a set of the medium tyres. Now they're going to rejoin now, actually in a Sauber-Renault battle here, with the Renaults there sandwiching one of the Saubers, and now we've got Mick Schumacher right up behind the back here of that Renault. I don't know if the Renault has to stop again. I imagine it does, since he started from inside the top 10. So Mick Schumacher now in the DRS, his tyres might be up to temperature, but cold tyres don't affect straight line speed. He's going to try and go around the outside of that Renault, coming up now into the head, going to be side by side. Actually makes a move right around the outside, even before the brakes. A great move from Mick Schumacher. So even on cold tyres, the German's not afraid of making an overtake. Now then, onto lap 18. Finally now, actually over the halfway point in this race. It took a while to actually get here, so there's been so much action happening so far in this race. And now catching up to the back of Pascal Wehrlein, who's currently actually coming into the pit lane. As I was going to say, we're catching up to him. He's still going to make his second stop here, which is coming into the pit lane for now. And he should be going on to another set of soft tyres to Wehrlein. He's had some pretty good pace. I didn't see where Alonso was. I think Alonso is just completely gone at this point. And he actually goes on to a set of mediums. Interesting. Now that Mercedes is actually having problems with the medium tyres in practice, so looks like we've done that. They've got it working. Either that, or they haven't got any set of softs left. But that's medium tyres as well for Sebastian and Vettel. I'm pretty sure Mercedes and Ferrari don't actually have any more soft tyres, because you know you have to choose your tyres like 6 or 7 weeks in advance to the race weekend. And it looks like they haven't brought enough set of soft tyres, and now Vettel's going to come out now in between the Sauber and Renault battle, and coming up now into the braking zone. He is clear of the Renault, thankfully he gets his braking point right. But now then, can you make a move on the Sauber front? Because the Sauber is faster than what the Renault was, but he still has DRS, and Vettel with DRS is pretty deadly. They're going to pull to the outside now, which then turns to the inside for the braking zone. Actually, he doesn't even need the braking zone. He's cleared the Sauber. He keeps it on the inside line though, just to defend from that Sauber. So Vettel there proving he's not wanting to be outdone by Mick Schumacher. But now then, looking back up front to us, we're currently now in P2 with Alonso leading the race, and we've got the Toro Rosso with Pierre Gasly out in front of us now. So Gasly is very well. His race got ruined by effectively one of his teammates in the Red Bull program. So I imagine there's going to be quite a few words spoken after the race. I mean, you can argue both sides for who was right, who was wrong in that situation, but Gasly now is actually really holding us up now through the third sector of the line. We do not need to be stuck here. We got onto Verline, but we just lost about maybe a second, maybe even more, being stuck behind Pierre Gasly, who carried on his merry way down in last place, I imagine he's in. But now then we come into the pits now for our second and final stop now of the race. And actually, there's a message here from race control with Max Verstappen. Actually got a 10-second time penalty. And now that's going to be added to his time at the end of the race, because Verstappen, he's already will have made his second stop of the race by now, because we left it a little bit late for us to come in now, because we want to set a soft tyres now. So Verstappen has got a 10-second time penalty. I knew he was going to get something, so it looks like the stewards have sided with Pierre Gasly, and he's a little bit of a radio right now. Looking behind now, we've got Verline actually doing battle now with one of the Ferraris. They want to set a soft tyre. They're going to be barged up the inside line. Adrian Vettel barges his way past his fellow countryman there, Pascal Verline now. But Vettel, yeah, I'm sure Vettel has to make another stop in this race. Either way, he's actually just made an overtake there on Pascal Verline. I mean, it's all for national pride on their home race. Maybe if Vettel does have to stop again. He's showing a pretty good turn of speed in that Ferrari. But now they're moving on to lap 24, a few laps further on. We're now catching up to Fernando Alonso on a set of medium tyres as well, so Merck really have run out of soft tyres, it looks like. And we've got Verstappen, who's in P3 currently, but I don't know where he's going to finish. We're going to wait to the end results now, because I don't know where he's going to finish. He might not be on the podium if the cars behind can keep close enough. Down in 3-1, just about keeping two wheels there. On the track, it looks like Alonso's having a few problems there with the medium tyres. Alonso's really not got any pace. It looks like we've close got into the braking zone as well, so those medium tyres, looks like in practice, the Mercs can't get up to temperature, because Verline was in third, taken by Verstappen. But now then we've got DRS now on the back of Fernando Alonso, the current race leader, the two-time world champion. Okay, in the DRS now, I'm going to pull to the outside now of Fernando Alonso coming out of the braking zone. We've cleared him even before the braking zone. And I can lay on the braking zone and move now into the lead now of the Grand Prix. I'm pretty sure this is going to be anyway. And now then we're moving. No, we're just leaving Alonso for dead now at this point. He's got absolutely no pace on his medium tyres, and I think it's the same for Pascal Verline, honestly, as well, since we saw how easily before Adrian Vettel got past him, and now Verstappen is in front of him as well. So Mercedes there, they were leading 1-2. Looked like they had it in the bag, but now then the medium tyre is really not working either for Alonso or Pascal Verline. Now Verstappen's actually now caught up to Fernando Alonso. I could now into Verstappen's going for a time on this line, be side by side with Fernando Alonso. Alonso looks like he just lets him go because he just hasn't got anything to fight back. And Alonso having an absolute mare on these medium tyres. Can't even see Pascal Verline behind. It looks like he's having an even worse time, honestly. Verstappen, just like we did, leaving Alonso for dust now at this point, and the car behind is actually now Sebastian Vettel, who's on a set of medium tyres, so if Vettel's tyres are working better, then Vettel could actually get involved and might even sneak himself a podium if things are going the way they are. I imagine he definitely wants to get one back on Fernando Alonso for the race that happened last time. And now then, looking at one of the Toyotas, can't quite see which one it is. I think it's Kobayashi or Lewis Hamilton, can't quite tell for that camera angle. Now they've got battle car, you've got Pierre Gasly. He actually gets smashed into the back there. Kobayashi just drives right into the back of the Toro Rosso. What was Kobayashi thinking? Just drove right into the back of Pierre Gasly. I mean, honestly, there was a bit of kerfuffle up in front there. I don't know if Kobayashi was expecting that the Toro Rosso was a lap down. But either way, he just drove clean into the back of it. I don't know what he's thinking. He's locked up half his front wing. Surely he can't stay out with that much. I mean, look, there's Verline in front. Kobayashi was on for a great result as well. Now we've got one of the Ferraris now stuck now right up behind the back here of that Toyota. You see there, he's got literally, he hasn't even got a right side of his front wing anymore. There's literally nothing there. It's just an actual plank now at this point. There's absolutely nothing there. He's going to have to pit for a new front wing. Kobayashi is having a great race. He's absolutely thrown it away there with a bit of a Kobayashi overtake, honestly. Now through the third he's causing. We've got the all-new Kobayashi train. It's not a Chewy train anymore. It's the new Kobayashi train. And it's going to be infuriating here. Adrian Sutter has got one of the Haas look up behind him then as well. And I can't quite see what the car behind him is. Either way, there's going to be quite a few cars. Actually, it's our teammate Robbie Kubica. And then actually back of that train now is Pierre Gasly. The car Kobayashi rammed is right on the back of this train of cars now, but they're all now released. Now then, this Haas, he's got a teammate behind, so he's going to have to get out of the way. Oh, I'm pretty sure, and our teammate there on a set of soft tyres. So Williams, we knew to brought an extra set of soft tyres for this race. It's working out well so far. But now our teammate Kubica is sure he's going to make an easy move past this Haas, because the Haas has to get out of the way. He hasn't really got a choice in the matter. Now then, coming up to this straight, I'm going to have DRS now wide open. And it's like the Haas is actually falling away from Adrian Sutter as well, so the Haas really not feeling the pace in this race. Now going to be side by side now with that Haas now. Kubica makes a move up the inside line. into the cocktail. I think that's the other Haas here of Mick Schumacher, so Jimmy's going to want to keep him in the good box here of Williams, and actually does pretty easy, pretty simple move there to let our teammate Robbie Kubica through, so nice one there, Mick Schumacher, not putting it too much of a fight, but not making it the easiest overtake in the board there for our teammate either. But now moving on to lap 33, we've really been burning through these laps now towards the end of the race, and now we've got Daniel Kvyat leading the Grand Prix. When did Daniel Kvyat take the lead of this race? He started down in P12. He's now leading the race. He's on a set of medium tyres. Red Bull could pull off the absolute masterclass here of the century from doing a one-stop. I know that Red Bull's got some pretty good pace as a front-running car and doing one stop less than everyone else and not having a mare on the medium tyres like the Mercedes have. Daniel Kvyat, he's got 2 sectors now. He's 2 sectors away from winning his second race of the season, I think this will be. And he started down in P12. He was impeded by Lance Stroll at BMW Junior. If he wins this race, then BMW have actually just gifted Daniel Kvyat a free victory here. How has he done this? How has Kvyat had some great pace in this race? There you can see us sparking away in the background. We've been catching up to Daniel Kvyat here so quickly. There's absolutely nothing there that we can do to try and catch up now to the back of the Russian. Now we've got 1 sector of the lap left to go. We're not even in the same camera shot here as the Russian. Because surely, unless he blows up, we know Daniel Kvyat has been so unlucky so far this season. You thought that run with that unlucky streak would have continued with starting down in P12. Now he's 1 sector away from victory. He's got a lapped McLaren there in front of him. But is that McLaren going to cause any issues? Now you're coming now round past the Mercedes grandstand now for the final time. And now coming up now to the finish line. And Daniel Kvyat wins the German Grand Prix from P12 on the grid. How has he done that? I would never know, but it's been a great race from Daniel Kvyat as we come home in second place, and honestly, we could have won that race. I don't know why Daniel Kvyat is up there, honestly. I don't know how the hell Red Bull have pulled that off, but an absolute masterclass from Red Bull. You can't take it away from them. Credit to where it's due to the team there. An absolute masterstroke there of a strategy they gave Daniel Kvyat there. The team absolutely elated with that, no surprise. And Adrian Sutter there comes home in 8th place for Ferrari. A pretty good result there, honestly, for Adrian Sutter. Look at that, the crowd on the field. The crowd going absolutely wild there for Daniel Kvyat, who takes his second victory of 2018 and his first victory ever from starting outside of the top 10. And with the way things are going, that might not be the last, because the one-star strategies, they've seen them work pretty well. And there's Verstappen in the background. He thinks he's on the podium, but we have to see if he's actually got it confirmed. Taking a look at the end results, and Daniel Kvyat takes the victory, just under 2 seconds clear of us, and Lewis Hamilton gets up into 3rd place because Verstappen's penalty drops him down into P4 by 0.2 of a second. Verstappen there, what a costly error for Verstappen, cost him their podium finish come the end of the race. And Alonso drops down to P5, so the medium tyre is really not working too well on the Mercs, and Vettel finishes where he started in P6. With Pascal Wehrlein down in 7th place. So Mercedes, they had a 1-2, they were leading 1-2, but then they're finishing 5th and 7th. They've got quite a bit of work to do before the next race. Soto, as we saw, comes down in 8th place, with Robert Kubica in 9th, and Mick Schumacher running off the top 10, with Hülkenberg in 11th, and Lance Stroll rounds off the top 12. Leclerc would just miss out on points, coming home in 13th, with the second run of Daniel Ricciardo in 14th, Kobayashi down in 15th place after driving into the back of one of the Toro Rossos. And then Rui Harianto finishes where he started in 16th and was the last car on the lead lap, with Jorda and both Toro Rossos of Sainz and Gasly a lap down, and Matsushita was the only retirement from the Grand Prix. So now moving on to the driver standings. Alonso still leads, but he's 30 points clear of us now, back up into 2nd place, going once again back ahead of Sebastian Vettel, drops down into P3. Kvyat gets up now into 4th place with 82 points, 4 points clear now of our teammate Robert Kubica. And Hamilton now gets up into 6th place on 71, joint with Pascal Wehrlein, but on better result, Hamilton's ahead. We have Max Verstappen in 8th on 64, and a bit of a gap down to Soto, who's in 9th, with Mick Schumacher rounding off the top 10, Charles Leclerc in 11th, and Lance Stroll rounds out the top 12. Hülkenberg gets up now into 13th place on 32 points, with now down in 14th, and Kobayashi down into 15th. Daniel Ricciardo's in 16th on 11 points, with Harianto 17th on 3, Gasly 18th, On 2, with Massachusetts rounding off the point scorers with 1, leaving still Carlos Sainz and Carmen Jorda yet to go off the starting blocks. And finally now moving on to the constructor standings, and Mercedes still lead, 24 points clear of Williams. Then we have Red Bull in 3rd, and now finally getting away now from Ferrari by 22 points. And we have Toyota in 5th place, 23 behind the grid area. And Haas now get up into 6th place, now get ahead of Sauber by 2 points now, 74 to 72. With Renault still in the world of their own in 8th on 43, 40 points clear of McLaren, who are in 9th on 3, and Toro Rosso are at the bottom of the table in 10th with 2 points. Remember to leave a like if you enjoyed this race, leave a comment down below, subscribe if you're new, and vote for your driver of the day with the poll link that'll be in the video description. Also remember to check out the Wikia for this season, past seasons, all the teams, all the drivers, so you know all the info, all the latest as it comes out. Remember to also hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of my future videos. Remember to follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. They'll be linked down in the bottom of the description. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.